Hi, I'm Andrew Lewin, founder of SpeakUpForBlue.com, a site where ocean conservation meets the world. I get a lot of emails from people asking me what they can do to help the ocean. People want to help, and there are many ways they can help, from changing the way they throw out their waste to participating in citizen science projects all around the world. On today's program, I have Jock Mackenzie, coordinator for Mangrove Watch, a citizen science project partnering mangrove scientists with communities. Hi, Jock. Welcome to the program.
Andrew, thanks for having me along.
You bet, you bet. So, just briefly, can you describe what Mangrove Watch is? We're going to get into it a little later on, but I just want to hear your sort of quick 30 seconds of what Mangrove Watch is about.
Yeah, well, you summarised it pretty nicely when you started off there. It's about linking scientists, mangrove scientists, tidal wetland scientists, with the community to achieve conservation outcomes for tidal wetlands around the globe. That's our mission. So it's about giving communities access to the science and giving them a way to contribute to the science as well.
Okay, great. Now we're going to get into that a little later on in the program. What I'd like to do just now is I'd like to find out, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to find out a little bit about you and what you're doing at the University of Queensland and how you got there. Also, I'd like to ask you some questions about mangroves themselves and tidal wetlands, and then we'll get into Mangrove Watch, and you can tell people how they can help out through the Mangrove Watch program. So first, let's get into you and find out what Jock's all about. So where did you grow up?
Well, I grew up actually in a rural area west of Brisbane on a cattle property, so far away from the ocean.
Okay, so now growing up far away from the ocean, how did that how did you get sort of involved in the ocean at this point in life?
Well, I guess it started off doing agricultural science at university. I signed up to a marine botany course just for fun.
Right.
So I don't know, sure, let's go out there. And then I met Dr. Jock, who's the facilitator of Mangrove Watch. He was my lecturer in undergrad. And he showed me the mangroves, and I was like, wow, these are amazing plants. And I guess that's how I got into the whole thing, because then I was like, I changed my course to study ecology and marine ecology, and
right.
Just because I was so blown away about how awesome these trees in the sea were compared to just normal plants, I guess.
Okay. But when you were younger, growing up, did you have any idea that you were sort of going to be, I guess a marine ecologist, still looking at plants, but a marine ecologist?
No. It was always at school the girls into dolphins and stuff. You're like, yeah, silly girls into marine biology. No, do real science, But then I learned that this is actually where it's at. That's where all the cool stuff is in the sea.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
From the land to the ocean.
Yeah. So did you sort of change your tune at first? Say, well, maybe I will look after the dolphins.
Well, yeah, I think that habitat.
Yeah. Right on. So you looked at this course, this marine botany course. What about mangroves sort of caught your eye? Like, why not seagrasses or anything like that?
I guess I was inspired by my lecturer, Dr. Jock. He's a pretty inspiring guy when he talks about mangroves, and they've just got so many interesting stories to tell. There's just so much going on there, and not really big for swimming and stuff like that. So this was like marine ecology on the edge of the ocean, where you didn't have to get too wet, but you could have muddy, have a bit of fun. But it's also that physiologically, and from my interest in plant physiology, they're just how they interact with salt and how they deal with the physically stressful environment that they're in, and that how amazingly important they are. It just, as I said, it blew me away initially. So I really wanted to get in there and understand more about them, and also learning that they're threatened globally was something that they need help.
Right.
And it was a bit of a niche to get into too. There's not too many people out there studying mangroves, I guess.
No, you're right. I mean, when I first heard of Mangrove Watch, I was like, really, do they really need this type of program? But when I read more and more about it, yeah, you're right. There aren't that many species, and they're definitely threatened being along the coast. So let's get into mangroves. Let's talk about mangroves.